Hello everyone, that's right, it's me, KZ. Welcome back to the channel. It's been so long since I made a video for this channel, and if you are seeing this, if this is on the internet, and you can comment and like and all that stuff, that means that I made it through the biggest mental block of my life, because I've been trying to make a video like this for over a year. And it's about taking the temperature of this channel and seeing if people are interested in it coming back. So, here's the deal. I made this YouTube channel for my Let's Plays and other stuff back in 2009. It was another chance at trying to solo channel in which I do Let's Plays of games I care about and playing through them and having a good time. Digging into the stories of games especially because I very quickly found my niche, which is JRPGs. And just going through those and sometimes like just regular Japanese action games, stuff like that. But it's mostly RPG here. And I had a great time with it. Eventually things changed for the channel after a while. So I started back in 2009, slowly found my niche, kind of uploaded regularly. Some stuff's still there, sometimes some stuff still isn't here. You know, sometimes you delist certain things either for copyright issues at the time or sometimes you just don't want everything you did when you were like 17 to still be up. I'm 33. Let's be happy. At least we have a bunch of this stuff up here. You know what I mean? Like let's be a little understanding. You know, in some ways, Let's Play slowly become your photo album in a way, where it's like, oh man, what was KZ's deep thoughts when Let's playing Danganronpa 2 when he was like in his early 20s or some shit. You know what I mean? It's tough out here. But over time, I developed an audience. We got nearly 30,000 subscribers. I think we hit 30K and it just dropped because we were like, no, he's not uploading this shit anymore. But we had a great time with a bunch of games looking here. A bunch of Atlas stuff, a bunch of Square Enix stuff, and it started being some Falcom stuff, Trail stuff until I started mainly streaming those games. But I established an audience based on, you know, RPGs and doing Let's Play stuff, which is very much different from stream content. And I had a great time with it. I loved doing this. And then it was around late 2018 to early 2019, I joined the channel Gigaboots through their podcast network they ended up making. I ended up being on the, I ended up helping making that podcast network. And we did a bunch of shows for it. I started the gaming news podcast with them and all the various shows, and we ran through that for a while. And then it became more and more difficult to focus on the video stuff here because the video stuff here was way harder to make at the time. And it was not delivering a lot of returns. And I started getting more into streaming stuff and I was working on that podcast stuff, which was taking up a lot of time. And the transition was just there. Many people who did Let's Plays moved on to streaming. And I did as well. And I decided to become a full-time streamer alongside the podcast stuff. Then around, it's definitely a couple of years since then, I left and was cut from the podcast network that I was a part of, which was a lot of my, a decent chunk of my time, and also most of what I made money-wise, which, you know, was a challenge, but I've since adjusted through that. And I decided to put it all into streaming. But at times, I continued to miss this. I continued to miss what I did here. But I never came back to it, and I kept going, it's too late. It's done. And then I thought about it like how some streams do, and I became nostalgic for the balance of making normal YouTube Let's Play content and doing the stream stuff and all of that, and it's been this thing at the back of my mind where I just liked talking in front of the microphone and making the videos for you guys and going through these big games, and you know, a new game would come out and you know, I could hop on it immediately, and you know, it's different from a stream where people are like worried about spoilers and stuff, which is totally like understandable, and I'm in that same like pocket. But way easier when you're doing Let's Plays, because, like, oh man, I'm putting out maybe at most an hour a day of a game, or whatever makes sense for the pacing of a particular video. And it's like, it's gonna take you like a month to hit the end game on that type of thing. Whether it's, you know, it's like the various YouTubers and contemporaries, like they're much bigger than me, but it was definitely one of my contemporaries in the exact same space, in the same pocket, like a Nico B or something, like going through a type of game. And I have wrestled with maybe just bringing this channel back, and I just don't know. I genuinely don't know whether that's the right move or not. Because even, you know, despite the fact that I want to do this, it does come down to, are the people here for it? You know, if we're being honest, if we're being, like, real here. Because despite the fact of I want to bring something back, if the views aren't there, they're just not there. Like, I look at the Let's Plays that I was doing on my way out. One of the last ones I was doing was Tales of Arise in 2021. And sure, one of the last videos of it, it's private at the moment, mainly because I feel like it's bad manners if I abandon a channel and then I just leave it public. It's like, well, this Let's Play's not done. And just, like, leaving people, like, with a question mark forever of how I end up feeling about a game, or me finishing a game. I just kind of feel like that's a little fucked up. So I privated it, but, like, the last video has just barely over 1,000 views and 0 comments. Like, is it something where I could keep doing this, or go back to it and do it? Because I'd like to, and here I am. So this video is mainly just kind of taking the temperature on if people will be interested in some of the stuff, in me coming back and doing some of the stuff, what people will be interested in seeing, and just in general, if they would be cool with that. Like, I'll go back and make it a big part of the Patreon that I have, and of going back to it not just being a Patreon for me live streaming, but a Patreon for me doing Let's Plays and doing this. And this is not a video and in any way of being like, if I get a big push on the Patreon, I will come back and do videos. Not that at all, under any circumstance. This is a video, this is something that's been about, like, me personally going, I used to be happier when I was doing stuff that I was doing YouTube Let's Plays and doing the streams as well, and I feel like maybe some games would be a better home in this anyway. I want to see if maybe this will work, but if the people aren't there for it and they don't really care for this kind of content, that's fine. And I can just keep doing what I'm doing, but I just wanted to take the temperature on, like, this channel and whether I can do this. Who knows? I mean, a YouTube channel that hasn't been touched in years is always a strange thing. I don't know how this website works anymore with the algorithms and stuff, but at its core, I was so happy with the channel that I made, and I kind of got away from it for a while, and I do feel bad about that. And despite how little it made, and now I'm in a point where it's like, you don't live with your parents anymore. It becomes way more difficult to, like, do this type of thing. But I remember how happy I was when I did that thing. This is what happens when you get old. you go, like, I was so much happier when I was, like, bouncing, streaming with, like, playing a JRPG. I was, like, in my bag, like, playing, like, Ni no Kuni 2 or like the over 100 videos we did of Fire Emblem 3 Houses, while also streaming and doing the same. My streams haven't really changed from anything I do. It's usually just having people on call, hanging out, having a good time, playing through stuff. But I remember just that moment in time, and I'm going, maybe it doesn't have to just be a moment in the past, and I can maybe continue doing this. This is a video I've wanted to make for over a year now, and it's because I'm just afraid of, like anyone, I'm afraid of failure. I'm afraid of, like, it doesn't matter or whatever. But I'm gonna make this video, and I'm gonna put it out, and we're gonna see how things go. If people are interested in JRPG stuff coming back, and if it ends up being a hit, and by a hit I mean it does decent enough, I would go back to what we used to do, you know? Which isn't anything too crazy. I mean, we be doing JRPG Let's Plays and hopefully getting stuff out on the regular. And I'd see what people are kind of looking for and maybe start hitting some of the new releases of stuff. And it'd be good because I know for a fact, and I don't know if they're still on this channel, but I know there are people that are just like, I can't keep up with streams because streams are like an 8-hour thing of addressing chat, maybe at times not always focusing on the game. It's a different thing than, this is like 30 minutes to 45 minutes of someone playing a game and it comes out regular and it's like an appointment viewing. I don't even know if that's even still viable, but I do see contemporaries that I was like, you know, they were my peers in this space. Like, say, like a Nico B, for example, that also did, like, JRPG stuff and was doing Let's Plays. They're still kind of doing it from what I've seen, so I thought I would give this a try. And if you're seeing this video, it means because I did it while I am still both high and drunk at the same time, which gives me enough courage to actually up. Yeah, that's where we're at. That's where we're at. I thought I would put this out, see if people were interested, and maybe me coming back to this. So if people are interested, please sound off in the comments. Chat it up with me, because I've been thinking about this for a while. Regardless if this goes the way it would positively, I'm just happy I'm finally putting something like this out, if I'm being honest. Because I've always hated channels that end, in a way. I've, like, as someone who's watched YouTube since I was very young, like 2007, you know, it always feels bad when you see a channel just kind of disappear and go out. No goodbye, things left unsaid, things unfinished. But maybe I'll do that. And I'm open to anything, whether it's contemporary Let's Plays, maybe I Let's Play the Kingdom Hearts games again. Like, who knows what I'm capable of, but none of that can happen unless I take the temperature of the audience. So that's why sound off in the comments, let me know what's going on. I've even changed the channel ads from extras to just the regular stuff for me. In an attempt to be like, yeah, maybe this can be something, you know? Maybe we can come back and do stuff. Anyway, if you're seeing this video, it means I was brave enough to put it out, and I'm putting it all out there for you guys. And I don't know why it's so scary to me, but I'm just so afraid of fucking up. Oh, I'm so bad with this. Whatever. We're gonna put it out. See if you guys are down for me, like, doing LP and some shit again, and we just having fun, and then you get some daily videos that are not, and also, I think I should put the assurance here. I think it was obvious of getting back to doing stuff here. Anything I would put out from a Let's Play perspective would not be streamed anywhere in advance. It would be me sitting down with nothing around me and doing it like the old days. It would not be any of this, like, I record, you're getting the stream cuts. No. This would just be made for this channel. I feel like that should be said. Maybe I should have said it at the beginning of the video and not at the end, but alright. I think I've gotten everything out. If you're interested, comment down below, likes. There will, of course, be links to my socials, which should be updated because I more predominantly use Blue Sky, but in addition, I also use Twitter. Very, very rarely, just for, you know, promotions and other general stuff. And, of course, I'll link my Patreon, which you can support if, one, you're a Lapped fan, it's been a while, if you want to check it out, or if you want to directly support what might be able to happen over here now. But that's not the main thing that I'm looking for here. I'm mainly just looking for if there's interest here, because this really is just something where I just kind of miss this, you know? I miss when the predominant part of my content wasn't always me having to look to the right at what people are telling me at this very moment. There was something beautiful about that. So, there you go. Please, if there's any time to sound off in the comments, today would be that day. And if this comes out, man, I'm the bravest guy in the world. It really, I said it was a year in the making. I felt this in 2024. I'm such a coward, dude. Imagine having to get sauced up to be able to make a video like this, but it is what it is. Video's going out now. Let me know how you guys are feeling. And even if you don't care and you just want to just say hi, hello. All right, that'll do it. See you guys later.